I did not expect you to stonily regale Kate and I with even more stories. I did not expect us all to have an alcoholic dad or stepdad in common, for you to implore me to listen to the sunset tree by the mountain goats. Oh God, of course, anything you wanted. I love your joy and your exuberance, your drawl, all the new and precious things you taught me about your life. I savored and savored all the details. How your birthday always fell during the worst of tornado season, and because of that, you could never have a birthday party. Your brother had a teared up tattoo on his face. He was in a gang, you said. There are gangs in Oklahoma? I didn't expect that. I thought of gangs as a big city, urban endeavors. Well, there's not so much to do out there, you said plainly, and I nodded. I grew up around Calvary's truckers and bikers and factory workers, but I grew up urban and a weird hippie parents' West Coast urban at that. I didn't expect talking to you to feel like talking to a fan house mirror of my own possible realities. What could have been had my parents stayed in Wyoming or Michigan, tried to do some kind of hippie homesteading thing instead of eventually landing a series of hippie office jobs in San Francisco, which I realize in my stoneness is one of the very few places where hippies do things like have offices. What would it have been like to grow up without my Nana, her stories and her food and her garden, the way she raised her eyebrows and pursed her lips on my parents' antics, tucked me into bed at night with her prayer and a kiss? I didn't expect myself to think, he'll like my grandmother, and then my grandmother will be like him, and then, wait, what the hell am I thinking? I met this guy yesterday. I did not expect us to crawl between the sheets as I turned on my purple Christmas lights and prayed that putting on my red slip with the lace scalloping around the tits was something you'd appreciate, something you think was sexy and not pressure. Not too much. I didn't expect you to turn to me in the purple half dark and say, wait, we don't have to go to sleep yet, do we? And so, I found out 10 minutes before I fucked you that this was your first queer sex. And that all of us were queer, and your last sex before this was with the husband who kicked you out of the house you shared after you came out. You only ever kissed a girl once, at a bar, you said. You never fucked a girl, never fucked a genderqueer person, never fucked anyone other than straight cis men, you said, let alone two girls at once. I was humbled and horny, and my head was spinning from the remnants of booze and pot and sleep deprivation. Yes, but mostly from the disclosure. You're sure you want to do this? I looked you right in those white eyes, and you fucking grinned at me. You nodded vigorously, and you said, yes, I'm terrible at talking about sex, but yes, I really want to do this. You're doing a fine job of talking about it right now, I said. What do you like? What's hot for you? I don't know, I'm sorry. I really don't know what I'm doing. Would you like to kiss me? I asked, and you sounded so relieved. Please, yes. Your mouth on mine, your arms wrapped around me. They were worth the cramped bed, worth the stumbling, clumsy awkwardness. You kissed me like your life depended on it. Nobody had kissed me like that in months. I was breathless when you pulled away from me, but I got enough breath back to ask more questions. What do you know you like? And may I suck your cock? And before you said yes, you shuddered, you laughed, and said, oh God, what's happening? Is this even real? Kate said, yes, a beautiful woman just offered you a blowjob. Shuddering in Kate's arms, you said yes to me. I slid my hand in your boxer briefs, pulled your cock through the fly and into my mouth. It was a soft pack, I realized as I touched it, spongy in my fingers and under my tongue, and I didn't feel like you were wearing a harness. I was careful to keep my palm rooted to you so your cock didn't tumble off as I worked my mouth around it. You bucked your hips out so furiously that I started to gag and pull off a bit, not that you noticed. You just kept saying yes. Eventually, breathless, you asked me to fuck you. I, ever gracious host, said, we can stop any time, and you're in the driver's seat here. As I slid 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers into you, past the first knuckles, past the whitest part of my hand. Yes, you kept saying, fuck yes, and more yes, and harder yes. I did not expect the hoarse want in your voice to ricochet against the walls of my tiny room. I did not expect you to beg me to fuck you deeper while Kate struck your cock and beat your neck. I did not expect you to exclaim, two ladies, oh, my friends in Oklahoma are never going to believe this. I did not expect Kate and I to sing the song from Cabaret and high five over your body while my other hand was still moving inside you. I did not expect us to laugh so hard we shook the bed. You shuddered and twitched, and your eyes rolled back in your head for what seemed like forever. You finally put your hand out to signal me to stop moving my fingers inside you. I don't know if I'm coming or not, you said through ragged, spent breath. I've never felt anything like that before. I think I'm done. You laughed. You said it like it was a question. When I pulled out of you, you were bleeding. In my purple Christmas lights, your blood against the white latex glove looked bright orange, and I felt stupid, guilty that I was somehow too rough. Oh my God, I started to apologize, but you cut me off. I feel wonderful, you said. God, I feel amazing. You didn't hurt me. I think I'm just more likely to bleed because of the tea. I wonder how you'd feel inside me, but I knew that wasn't happening, not that night. Exhaustion was finally starting to win out over arousal. Suddenly, I understood why so many people dispute over pride. I rested my face in the crook of your shoulder or kissed your neck sleepily. I did not expect you to leap suddenly, to pull your cell phone out of the pocket of the jeans you'd shucked at the foot of my bed. I did not expect you to take a picture of the three of us curled up poised coital and text it to your best friend in Oklahoma at 5 in the morning with the accompanying message, San Francisco's awesome, and 17 exclamation points. But most of all, I did not expect you to come back to my house the next weekend after Kate had gone back to Boston and Pride was over and it was just you and me.